Hello mathematicians, thank you for joining me today as we find the derivative of arctangent of x to the fourth plus 2x. So now as we look at this one, we want to start off like we would any other derivative and figure out what's the big picture thing that's going on. I know that most of you would see this arctangent right away and focus on that, but what we really want to see is that it's arctangent of a function. Therefore what we have is the big picture thing that's going on is we have a composition of functions, so we have an inside and we have an outside function. So because it is a composition of functions, we're going to use the chain rule. And the chain rule says that the derivative of the outside with respect to x is the derivative of the outside with respect to the inside times the derivative of the inside with respect to x. So therefore, if I want to find the derivative of this, I'm going to find an outside and inside function and the derivatives of each. Now, as I look at this, the outside function is going to be my arctangent of, and then the inside function is what I'm going to say here. So the outside is arctangent of I. My inside function is going to be x to the fourth plus 2x. So what I would have is that I would plug the x to the fourth plus 2x into the arctangent. And so I have my outside and my insides. Now, the derivative of the outside is going to be the derivative of arctangent. And so we would need to know that one is going to be 1 over 1 plus, in general, x squared, but because I'm using I here, it's going to be 1 over 1 plus I squared. And the derivative of the inside is just going to be, well, the derivative of x to the fourth is 4x cubed. The derivative of 2x is 2. And so what I get is the derivative of the outside is 1 over 1 plus I squared. The derivative of the inside is 4x cubed plus 2. So if I put that together, what I'm going to get is the derivative of the outside is 1 over 1 plus I squared times 4x cubed plus 2. Now, the last thing I need to notice here is that the inside function, well, I can't use I here because I introduced that variable into the problem. So what I need to do is I need to say what is I in terms of x so that I get a derivative in terms of x. So what I end up with is 1 over 1 plus I is x to the fourth plus 2x. That whole thing squared times 4x cubed plus 2. So what I get is, well, I noticed that this was a chain rule, so I just had an outside and inside function. I focused on those derivatives individually. I multiplied them together, and my derivative is 1 over 1 plus x to the fourth plus 2x squared times 4x cubed plus 2. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the process. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It all helps to make sure that we can get this out to anyone else who needs calculus help.